All right, let's get real for a second. We've all heard the stat, right? Up to 85% of jobs, 85% by the way, are filled through networking. That's a huge chunk of opportunity. Yet, for most of us, networking feels less like a strategic career move and more like a desperate dash through a used car lot, right? You sprint in, eyes wide, trying to grab whatever shiny thing catches your eye and then sprint out, hoping for the best. No wonder the same familiar faces keep popping up in leadership roles. Have you noticed that? Getting those sweet promotions while the rest of us are left scratching our heads, wondering why our meticulously crafted resumes keep vanishing into the digital void like whispers in a hurricane. And it is obviously, it's frustrating, isn't it? Today, we're not just going to wonder anymore. I'm pulling back the curtain on the 5 silent killers that are absolutely hijacking your network, quietly sabotaging your career prospects. But don't worry, I'm also handing you the dead simple, remarkably effective fixes that will get you back on the radar, and really fast. Ready to stop guessing and start connecting? Let's dive in. To this, because I bet you've been there. You just power through 2, maybe 3 hours at bustling happy hour mixer, right? You smile so hard, your cheeks actually ache. Your jaw is tired from polite conversations, and you handed out what? Say 27, 30 business cards in that time? Yeah, maybe more. Yeah, you walked away feeling like total rock star, buzzing with potential, convinced that you just unlocked a secret level in the game of career advancement. 2 weeks later, though, right? Nothing. Not a single callback, 0 LinkedIn views, and those new connections, not even great to meet you email, right? That hollow, deflating feeling. Have you felt that? That gnawing doubt? It's not just bad luck, my friend. It's direct result of the very first mistake we are about to absolutely nuke from your networking playbook. So here's the first mistake. The card sprayer, right? Most folks genuinely believe networking is pure number games. Their strategy? Hand out as many business cards as humanly possible, scatter them like confetti, and just hope, pray that something, anything sticks. They see it as a shotgun approach, believing sheer volume will eventually hit a target. But let me tell you, hiring managers have much less romantic name for the tactic. They call it confetti. And while confetti might look festive for a moment, it's incredibly easy to sweep up and toss out. It creates a momentary illusion of connection but leaves no lasting impact. Recruiters, the people who actually make hiring decisions, tell me they toss bulk card candidates, right? The ones who clearly prioritized quantity over quality into the dreaded maybe later pile. This staggering 92% of the time. Believe it or not, 92% of the time it just gets thrown away. Nearly all of them are sidelined. You ask why? Because it screams desperation, not genuine interest. Here's the fix. And it's surprisingly simple. Instead of aiming for a high score on the card distribution, set a clear, focused goal for every networking event you attend. Make it 5 real conversations, right? Not just quick hellos, but genuine 2-sided interactions where you actually learn something about the other person and they learn something valuable from you. And each of those 5 conversations with specific actionable next step. Don't just leave it hanging. That means it could be a calendar invite for a 15-minute follow-up chat, a virtual coffee, or even a quick call to share an article you discussed, right? This isn't about being pushy. It's about being intentional, and it shifts your focus from broadcasting to building. Remember this mantra: quality beats quantity every single time. It's the difference between a fleeting moment and a lasting connection. We'll move to mistake number 2. The all about me monologue. Oh, and you know this type. We've all encountered them, and let's be honest, we've probably all been them at some point. You're barely 30 seconds into a conversation, and you already know their college GPA, their pet's obscure name, their favorite obscure Excel function, their entire career trajectory since kindergarten. They are like a human billboard, constantly broadcasting their achievements and aspirations, the glaring problems they have. They never, not once, ask a single question about you. It's a one-way street, a relentless monologue where you are just captive audience. And let's be frank, it's exhausting. It feels less like a conversation and more like an unsolicited sales pitch. Please don't be that person. Seriously, don't. Research from Journal of Applied Psychology actually confirms what we instinctively feel. People who ask thoughtful follow-up questions are perceived as 86% more likable. Now, think about that. Nearly twice as likable just by shifting your focus. Why? Because asking questions shows genuine interest, curiosity, and it also shows respect. It makes the other person feel heard, valued, and understood. The sixth for this is elegant in its simplicity. Embrace the 2-to-1 rule. For every statement you make about yourself, your experience, or your goals, make sure you ask 2 questions about the other person. And here's the crucial part. Once you ask, you actually listen. Really listen, not just waiting for your turn to talk or respond, but absorbing what they are saying, picking up on the nuances, and formulating thoughtful follow-up questions. Silence in this context isn't awkward, by the way. Yeah, if you want to pause for a bit, it's absolutely fine. It's your superpower. It gives them space to elaborate, shows that you are engaged, and allows you to truly understand their needs, challenges, and insights. It transforms a transaction into a dialogue, and that's where the real connections are forged, right? And then the mistake number 3, the digital ghost. Let's talk about what that is. Let's talk about your online presence. If you are one of the digital ghosts, right? Especially LinkedIn. For so many, it's like a seasonal wardrobe. You pull it out, dust it off, and polish it up only when you are actively job hunting, or something has happened at work and you just wanted to see what is happening on the job market. When the desperation sets in, then the moment that sweet offer arrives, you vanish. Poof, gone. Your profile goes dormant. Your activity feed turns into a barren wasteland. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, in the digital realm, that's literally true. Recruiters, hiring managers, and even potential collaborators aren't just looking at a static profile anymore. They are filtering by recent activities. They want to see engagement, a pulse, a sign that you're still active, contributing, member of your industry, not just a relic from the last job hunt. A dormant profile signals disinterest, a lack of current knowledge, and frankly, makes you look like you only care when you need something from somebody. It undermines your professional brand and makes you less discoverable. Here's your easy, impactful fix. Commit to posting 1 relevant industry article a week. That's it. Just 1. And don't just share it. Add a quick 20-word hot take, your opinion, or maybe a question, or a relevant observation. This isn't about writing a novel, right? It's about showing that you're thinking, you are current, in the moment, and that you are engaged. And it keeps your profile active, signals to the LinkedIn algorithm that you are a real person worth showing, and keeps you top of mind for recruiters. The best part, this entire process takes maybe 90 seconds. Seriously. Schedule it for a Sunday night when you're unwinding. Your future self, the one who gets those inbound opportunities, will absolutely thank you on a Friday, right? Consistency is the quiet engine of your digital reputation. Now let's go to mistake number 4, the one-way street, right? What this is basically, this mistake is perhaps the most insidious because it feels so natural to us when we are in need. You reach out to your network only when you need something specific, a resume review, right? Or a referral for that dream job that you're looking for, or a foot in the door at a company you admire. It's a purely transactional approach, isn't it? You're showing up with your hands out, and trust me, people can smell that transactional order faster than burnt popcorn filling an office kitchen. It creates an imbalance, making your connections feel used, like they are just a means to an end, not valued relationship. This isn't networking. It's panhandling with professional veneer, right? The most powerful networks are built on reciprocity, on a foundation of mutual support and genuine care. When you only appear when you need something, you erode that foundation. The fix? Flip the script entirely, right? For every request you might make, send two "how can I help" message first. Seriously, make it into a habit, right? It could be as simple as sharing an insightful article you think you'd appreciate, making a thoughtful introduction between two contacts who could benefit from knowing each other, or sending a genuine compliment about a project they launched or an achievement they posted, right? It's about giving first without expecting anything in return. This subtle shift transforms your interactions from "give me" to "I got your back." It shows you are invested in their success, not just your own. When you consistently offer value, advice, or support, you build a reservoir of goodwill. And when you eventually do have a legitimate request, it won't feel transactional. It will feel like a natural extension of a supportive reciprocal relationship. This isn't just etiquette, right? It's strategic relationship building at its finest. Quick break. Because if you are anything like me, you've probably caught yourself doing at least one, maybe all. And believe me, before I got into coaching, I was one of those ghosts in social media for most part, because I only reached out when I felt like I need to look for something. I needed something from somebody, right? And it's possible that for some of you, maybe all of what I've said is true, and it's okay. I'm not saying it is bad, right? But then the first step in fixing anything is admitting there is a problem. So if you've had an aha moment, comment, right? And comment, say fixing it right now. Let's put that in there. Let's make that commitment together. Now, accountability, even a small public declaration, is a step one to turning this whole thing around. Mistake number 5, the vanishing follow-up. You meet someone truly awesome at an event or on online forums, and you have a fantastic conversation. Sparks fly, you connect on a deep level, and you both swear you will email or message each other very soon. Let's definitely keep in touch. You said that, right? And you say it with genuine enthusiasm. It's not a fake one. Then life happens. The emails pile up, urgent tasks demand your attention, and that initial spark just fades. And 3 months later, a job opening pops up, and that would have been perfect for that person you met. And you suddenly remember them. But it's too late. They've already recommended someone else for the role, or worse, they barely remember your name. Your brilliant connection has rusted away like an old bicycle left out in the rain. This vanishing act after a promising initial connection is one of the biggest network killers. It's not enough to meet people. You have to cultivate those relationships. Here's a concrete fix. Within 24 hours, yes, and that quickly, send a short, sweet, and specific note. Something like, "Great meeting you at the event," right? I'll actually put that in the description. You can copy and paste if you want to, right? So, "Great meeting you at whatever event," and your name and the person's name. "I really loved our chat." Be specific about the topic in this place, right? Chat about whatever. "I was thinking about what you said regarding XYZ point and thought you might find this article or this resource or this post interesting. Let's definitely continue the conversation," and just leave it at that, right? It's personal. Make it personal as much as you can, right? This is just a template that you may want to follow, right? Make it personal. Reference something specific you had that discussion when you met this person, and ideally include one piece of value, an article, a resource, or even a mutual contact you mentioned, right? This immediate follow-up reinforces the connection and shows your professionalism. But don't stop there, right? Relationships need ongoing nourishment. Set a calendar ping for yourself just every 45 days. Just a quick reminder to check in. It could be a simple, "Hope you're doing well. Thought of you when I saw something," right? Some industry news or an article that you saw. Just wanted to see how you are and how your project that you mentioned is going on. I hope everything is going well. Now, these small, consistent touches keeps you on their radar and ensures that your hard-won connection don't simply just evaporate. Remember, relationships rust faster than bikes in a rain if you're not maintaining them. And then the final, I'll give you one more bonus one, right? The bonus landmine. This one is basically a generic the generic elevator pitch. So it will be something like, I'm a hardworking professional, passionate about synergy and leveraging my unique skill set to drive impactful results. Sound familiar? You've said this in some shape or form. This is something that I've heard a lot of people say. It's kind of generic, buzzword laden, right? It's simply words that most people use pretty much everywhere. And this statement that could apply to literally anyone, right? And because it could apply to anyone, it effectively applies to no one. It's bland, it's forgettable, it utterly fails to differentiate you in a crowd of professional people or people that your acquaintance have met. It slides off the listener's mind like water off a duck's back, right? You might as well be saying, I breathe air and enjoy coffee. The fact is that your elevator pitch isn't just describing what you do, it is about making an impact, creating curiosity, and being memorable. It's your personal brand statement. It has to be condensed. The fix? Ditch the generic jargon and craft a concise, compelling 15-second story. Think of it as 3-part structure, right? It's your role, a specific quantifiable result you achieved, and the relevance of the result to your current goals or the person you are speaking with, right? For example, instead of I'm a data analyst, try something like I'm a data analyst who recently spearheaded a project that cut customer churn by 18% for a fintech app. Now I'm looking to plug that same retention engine into an e-commerce space, specifically companies focused on sustainable fashion. Now, do you see the difference? It's specific, it highlights an achievement, and it clearly articulates your future direction. It's a story that sticks. It provides context, demonstrates your value, and invites further conversations. Right? But you have to remember that specifics stick. Generic slides off. Practice it until it rolls off your tongue naturally, and tailor it slightly depending on who you're talking to. Right? Now, moving on, putting it all together. Okay, so we have identified the silent killers. We have laid out the dead simple fixes. Now it's time to put this into action. Don't try to fix everything at once. That's a recipe for overwhelm and giving up, right? Tonight, I want you to pick just one mistake, any one of the mistakes, one that you think resonates most with you, right? Or it's resonates most deeply with what you are, right? Just one. Then flip it, internalize the fix, and tomorrow at your next coffee chat, your next LinkedIn scroll, or your next industry event, test drive that fix. Now, maybe you will commit to asking 2 questions for every statement. Maybe you will send that 24-hour follow-up email, or perhaps you will post that industry article with your hot take on that subject. Small hinges swing big doors. Remember that, my friends. Each of these fixes on its own might seem minor, but when you consistently stack these micro wins, when you make these small intentional shifts in your networking habits, the cumulative effect is absolutely transformative. 6 months from now, you won't just be wondering why others are getting ahead, right? And 6 months from now, you will be the name people instinctively pass along when exciting opportunity pops up. You will be the one they think when they need expertise, a referral, or a valuable connection. You will be that person whose digital lights are always on. And hey, if you're serious about taking your networking game to the next level, want to streamline these fixes, I put together a free 5 email templates that actually work. We are talking a perfect follow-up, right? A genuine thank you, a smart referral ask, a natural stay in touch message, and even a happy birthday template that doesn't feel automated. These aren't just generic placeholders. They are crafted to build rapport and get results. If you want them, just drop templates in the comments right now, and I'll personally send you the link. While you are at it, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next week's video, where we are diving deep into turning those awkward informational interviews into concrete job offers. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. In conclusion, look, networking isn't some sleazy transactional game where you collect contacts like trading cards. It's not about being fake or forcing connections, right? True networking, the kind that genuinely advances your career and enriches you professionally, is fundamentally about showing up with genuine curiosity, offering value, leaving people better than you found them. It's about building relationships, one authentic interactions at a time. So stop spraying cards indiscriminately and hoping for a miracle. Start sparking real, meaningful conversation. Keeps those digital lights on. Consistently engage and contribute. Do that, and I promise you, the next 85% of the hidden jobs, the ones that never even hit the job boards, will have your name written all over them. And I'll see you in the comments. And remember this above all else, right? Opportunities don't just go missing. They go to the people that stay visible, who stay connected, and who consistently show up. What do you think about that? Anyway, I'll meet you in the comments. I hope you put in a lot of comments with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one.